The sun felt so warm shining down from the beautiful blue sky as Sam and Duke watched a flock of graceful birds fly by. Just because there are no wings on you and I doesn't mean that we cannot fly, Sam said to Duke. We most certainly can fly if we try. They hurried to the airport and climbed aboard their plane. Sam checked all of the instruments and then checked once again. His fearless four-legged best friend was all set. All right, boy, hold on. This could be our biggest adventure yet. The engine pushed and the round wheels rolled. The plane went faster and faster until the ground lost its hold. Sam and Duke were excited as the plane took flight. They felt weightlessness and a floating sensation, which made them feel very, very light. Clouds swirled and the cool air rushed by as Sam and Duke flew higher and higher into the sky. How amazing and beautiful it is, this view looking down. It's a very different view indeed, looking up from the ground. Sam and Duke flew over buildings so tall, they flew higher and higher. Now those buildings were small. Look, Duke, there's a river with a tall bridge over that way. Let's fly underneath it. Oh, what do you say? Ruff, ruff, was the excited reply that Duke gave. Sure enough, they dove that small plane right through. Sam and Duke's plane had plenty of room. Oh yes, Sam and Duke flew underneath that big bridge with a loud vroom, vroom. We can see what an eagle sees and soar through clouds of grey. Oh my good boy, Duke, I wish we could fly every day. Through a gap in the clouds, they could see the world far below. They saw a beautiful lake and mountains where the tall trees grow. Something just drifted up through that cloud, Sam said aloud. It was a hot air balloon, so very wide and tall that it made Sam and Duke's plane look very, very small. Look over there, Duke. Is that a rainbow I see? Will we find a pot of gold at the end? Well, maybe, just maybe. While Sam and Duke soared into the clouds, a thunderstorm suddenly appeared. Sam's hair stood on end. Now that seemed kind of weird. Lightning flashed with a loud boom and crash. Large drops of rain hit the plane with a splash. I hope we make it out of this storm soon, said Sam to Duke as they held on tight. Then suddenly, through the dark clouds, Sam saw a teeny tiny ray of light. Hang on, Duke, there's our way out, said Sam. I'll get us out of this storm. I know that I can. He banked the plane around and dove straight down, while the storm made a thunderous sound. Suddenly, all was quiet and calm, and the dark clouds were almost gone. Sam and Duke were flying smoothly once again, as the sun's bright rays came through to warm them. Duke wagged his tail, ruff, ruff, then pointed with his little nose. Sam looked in that direction, and he saw the landing field so close. "Good boy! Now hold on!" yelled Sam to Duke, as the plane banked sharply around. From out of the sky, they dropped. Down, down, down. Sam lined up the plane with the runway Duke found. The engine made a sputtering sound as the wheels bumped and jumped along the ground. The plane rolled and rolled, first fast, then slow. They stopped at the very end of the runway, just as far as the runway allowed them to go. Sam taxied the plane around, then shut the engine down. It felt so strange as they climbed from the cockpit and their feet and paws were finally touching the ground. "I sure love to fly up in the sky," said Sam as he looked up at the clouds one last time. "Come on, my good boy. There are many more exciting adventures for us to find." The end.